Have you ever imagined the Golden State Warriors fighting for another NBA title? What if I told you that a major twist in their championship ambitions could come in the form of a big-name acquisition? Jimmy Butler. Sounds like something out of a movie, right? Well, it's actually a real possibility, and that's not all. The potential addition of an elite center like Jakob Poeltl could be the final piece that makes this team a true powerhouse once again. In this video, we'll break down how recent roster moves and key returns could position the Warriors as serious contenders for another championship. If you're a basketball fan and want to stay updated on the latest Warriors news, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel, because the upcoming content is a must-watch. Ever since Jimmy Butler stepped onto the court for the Golden State Warriors, the team's trajectory has flipped completely. What was once a squad struggling through a transition period has now surged to 11 wins and only 2 losses. And here's the kicker. With Butler in the lineup, that record jumps to an astonishing 11-1. Butler's impact isn't just about statistics. The real transformation is in the Warriors' mindset, chemistry, and overall energy. Before his arrival, the team seemed to be falling behind the Western Conference elite. Now, they're not just back in the mix, they're a legitimate threat. The synergy between Butler, Stephen Curry, and the rest of the squad has been undeniable. His defensive intensity, leadership, and clutch play have injected a new sense of urgency and belief into this Warriors team. With his arrival, Golden State is no longer seen as an aging roster trying to keep up. They're once again a team that expects to win. But Butler isn't the only factor reshaping the Warriors. Another crucial piece to their title puzzle is Jonathan Kuminga, who is set to return after missing over 2 months due to an ankle injury. Before going down, Kuminga was playing some of the best basketball of his career, bringing relentless energy, athleticism, and versatility to both ends of the floor. Now the biggest question is, can he return to peak form right away, or will he need time to adjust? Steve Kerr has already laid out a cautious approach to reintegrating Kuminga. He wants to ease him back in, giving him short stints on the court while maintaining the rhythm of the team's current winning formula. And that makes sense. The Warriors have finally found some chemistry, and shaking things up too fast could be risky. However, if Kuminga returns to his best, he could be the missing link that pushes this team to another level. His ability to guard multiple positions, finish at the rim, and create his own shot would take pressure off Curry and Butler, making the Warriors an even deeper and more dangerous team. The key will be how Kerr manages his minutes and role. If he can find the right balance, Kuminga could become a crucial weapon, especially in the playoffs. But if reintegrating him disrupts the team's flow, it could create a challenge that Kerr will have to navigate carefully. Now, imagine this. The Warriors, already one of the most feared teams in the league, adding a dominant presence in the paint to make them even more unstoppable. That's where Jakob Poeltl comes in. The center position has been a weak spot for the Warriors in recent years, especially when facing teams with elite big men. Even in a recent win against the Pistons, Jalen Duren exposed this weakness, dropping 13 points and 13 rebounds. Poeltl could be the answer to this problem. Poeltl is not just a solid center, he's a game-changer in the paint. Currently having the best season of his career, he's averaging 14.1 points, 9.8 rebounds, 2.8 assists, 1.2 steals, and 1.2 blocks, while shooting a highly efficient 61.2% from the field. His ability to grab offensive rebounds, protect the rim, and fit into the Warriors' pass-heavy ball movement system makes him an ideal addition. Imagine him setting screens for Curry, running the pick and roll with Butler, and cleaning up misses on the glass. He would immediately improve the Warriors' interior presence, something they desperately need. One of the likely trade pieces would be Moses Moody, a young and promising player. Would the Warriors be willing to part ways with him for a more immediate impact player like Poeltl? It's a tough decision. The move would strengthen their title chances now, but it could also sacrifice a valuable piece of their future. The Warriors are at a pivotal moment. They already have 2 elite stars in Curry and Butler, and with Kuminga's return and a potential Poeltl trade, they could solidify themselves as the team to beat in the Western Conference. However, none of this is without risk. A move for Poeltl would have salary cap implications and could impact the team's long-term flexibility. Chemistry is another concern. Adding a new piece in the middle of the season always carries some uncertainty. And let's not forget the competition. The Western Conference is stacked with teams like the Nuggets, Suns, and Lakers, all ready to make deep playoff runs. The Warriors will need every advantage they can get to survive that gauntlet. Poeltl's presence in the paint would give them a much-needed edge in physical matchups, but is it enough to secure a championship? And more importantly, should the Warriors take the risk and go all in on this move? Have you ever imagined the Golden State Warriors fighting for an NBA title again? It's a dream every Warriors fan has held onto since their last championship. But what if I told you that a twist in their ambitions could have a name and a surname? Jimmy Butler. It sounds like something out of a movie, one of those dramatic sports films where a veteran star comes in and changes the entire trajectory of a franchise. But here's the thing, this isn't fiction. This is happening right now, and that's not all. Imagine pairing Butler with an elite center, a dominant force in the paint who could eliminate one of the Warriors' biggest weaknesses. That's where a player like Jakob Poeltl comes in. This video isn't just about speculation. We'll dive into how the Warriors' recent moves and returning players could make them a top contender for the championship once again. If you're a die-hard basketball fan and want to stay ahead of every Warriors update, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell, because trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next. From the moment Jimmy Butler stepped onto the court in a Golden State Warriors jersey, everything changed. A team that was once stuck in transition mode, struggling to find consistency, suddenly found itself back in the spotlight. And the numbers tell the story. The Warriors have won 11 out of their last 13 games, and more impressively, with Butler playing, they have an astounding 11-1 record. These aren't just good stats, they're championship-level dominance. Butler's impact isn't just about putting up numbers, it's about something deeper, something that doesn't always show up on the stat sheet. Before his arrival, the Warriors seemed distant from the NBA elite. The team had moments of brilliance, but their inconsistency made them an afterthought in championship conversations. However, since Butler entered the locker room, everything has changed. The team's mentality has shifted. The energy on the court is different. The chemistry between players is stronger than ever. Suddenly, the Warriors aren't just a team fighting for a playoff spot, they are a serious title contender. And this is where it gets really interesting. Because if Butler alone has made this big of an impact, what happens when Jonathan Kuminga returns? Jonathan Kuminga has been one of the most electrifying young players on this Warriors roster. Before his ankle injury sidelined him for over 2 months, he was playing some of the best basketball of his career. Now he's on the verge of making his long-awaited return, but the big question is, will he return at full strength, or will he need time to adjust? Head coach Steve Kerr seems to have a clear plan for reintegrating Kuminga into the lineup. In a recent statement, he explained, "The idea is to bring him back slowly, give him short minutes at first, let him get his rhythm back, and make sure he reintegrates into our team chemistry." This makes perfect sense. The Warriors already have a winning formula. Disrupting that chemistry could be risky. But if Kerr finds the right balance, Kuminga's return could elevate this team to a completely new level. How Kuminga changes the Warriors' dynamics. Before his injury, Kuminga brought an incredible energy to the Warriors. His versatility on both ends of the floor made him a nightmare for opposing teams. Offensively, he can slash to the basket, hit mid-range shots, and create mismatches. Defensively, he has the size, length, and athleticism to guard multiple positions. And here's the most important part. Kuminga's return could take pressure off Stephen Curry. For years, Curry has been the heart and soul of this franchise. Even with Jimmy Butler helping share the load, Curry is still the primary offensive engine. But if Kuminga returns to his best, he gives the Warriors yet another offensive weapon. The perfect trio, Curry, Butler, and Kuminga. Imagine a Warriors team where Curry dominates from the perimeter. Butler provides toughness, leadership, and two-way play. Kuminga adds athleticism, defense, and explosive scoring. This combination could terrify every other contender in the Western Conference. But what if the Warriors weren't done making moves? What if they added an elite center to this mix? For years, the Warriors have relied on small ball lineups to dominate the NBA. But as the game has evolved, one of their biggest weaknesses has been a lack of a true interior presence. That's where Jakob Poeltl comes in. The Toronto Raptors center is exactly the kind of player the Warriors need. He's not just a big body. He's an efficient, smart, and versatile big man who could immediately solve Golden State's rebounding and rim protection issues. Why Poeltl? The key stats. This season, Poeltl is averaging 14.1 points per game, 9.8 rebounds per game, 2.8 assists per game, 1.2 steals, and 1.2 blocks per game, 61.2% shooting from the field. These numbers show exactly what the Warriors are missing. A reliable inside presence who can defend, rebound, and finish efficiently around the rim. How Poeltl fits into the Warriors' system. Unlike traditional centers, Poeltl is mobile and has high basketball IQ, making him a perfect fit for Golden State's fast-paced offense. He can set hard screens to free up Curry and Butler. He's an excellent passer, which fits seamlessly into the Warriors' ball movement system. He's a legitimate paint protector, giving the team a defensive anchor. The big trade question, is it worth it? To acquire Poeltl, the Warriors would likely have to give up Moses Moody and other assets. Moody has been a promising young player, but the Warriors need to ask themselves, would trading Moody for Poeltl be worth the potential championship boost? This is the dilemma the front office will have to solve. Since arriving in Golden State, Jimmy Butler has transformed the Warriors into a team that not only competes, but dominates. His arrival has injected a level of intensity and leadership that was sorely needed. The numbers speak for themselves. Before Butler's debut, the Warriors were struggling to find consistency, sitting in the middle of the Western Conference standings. But with Butler in the lineup, the Warriors have posted an incredible 11-1 record, proving that his presence is not just an upgrade, it's a revolution. Butler's impact extends far beyond statistics. His presence has changed the entire culture of the team, bringing a new level of defensive intensity, mental toughness, and championship experience that has rubbed off on the entire roster. The Warriors have always been a team that thrives on elite ball movement and three-point shooting, but Butler adds a much-needed grit factor, a player who can take over games with his mid-range efficiency, defensive versatility, and elite shot-creating ability. One of the biggest struggles for the Warriors in recent seasons has been the lack of a secondary leader who can take pressure off Stephen Curry. With Draymond Green dealing with suspensions and injuries, the team needed another vocal, battle-tested veteran who could rally the locker room in tough moments. Butler brings exactly that. His playoff experience, finals appearances with Miami, and win-at-all-costs mentality give the Warriors an edge they were missing. He holds teammates accountable on defense, demanding more intensity and effort, which has already led to improvements in their team defense. He provides a reliable option in clutch moments, ensuring Curry doesn't have to shoulder the offensive load alone in crucial late-game situations. In games where Curry has been double-teamed or having an off night, Butler has stepped up, delivering key mid-range jumpers, forcing fouls to get to the free-throw line, and orchestrating the offense when needed. While the Warriors have always been known for their offensive brilliance, their defense has suffered in recent years, particularly when it comes to guarding elite perimeter players. Adding Butler immediately improves this. He can lock down the opponent's best scorer, reducing the burden on players like Andrew Wiggins and Draymond Green. He provides switchability, seamlessly guarding positions 1 through 4, making the Warriors' defense more unpredictable. His physicality and ability to generate steals create transition opportunities, fueling the Warriors' fast break offense. With Butler in the lineup, Golden State's defensive rating has jumped dramatically, making them a top 5 defensive team since his arrival. That kind of impact is invaluable in a loaded Western Conference, where stopping stars like Nikola Jokic, Luka Doncic, and Kevin Durant is critical. One of the most fascinating aspects of Butler's arrival is how seamlessly he has fit into Steve Kerr's system. Despite being a ball-dominant player at times, Butler has adapted his game, excelling in off-ball actions, cutting, and playing within the Warriors' motion offense. His basketball IQ allows him to make the right reads within the Warriors' pass-heavy offense, keeping the ball moving efficiently. His ability to attack mismatches complements Curry's spacing, as Butler can exploit smaller defenders in isolation. He adds a new mid-range scoring element that the Warriors previously lacked, giving them more balance when three-pointers aren't falling. Butler's presence also relieves pressure on Klay Thompson, who has struggled at times this season. With Butler shouldering more defensive assignments and offensive creation, Thompson has been able to focus on his strengths, spot-up shooting and secondary scoring. With Butler, Curry, and a returning Kuminga, the Warriors suddenly have a big three that can compete with anyone in the league. While Butler has already had a massive impact, the next big move for the Warriors isn't a trade. It's the return of Jonathan Kuminga. The young forward has been sidelined for over 2 months with an ankle injury, but he is now set to rejoin the team at a crucial moment in their season. Before his injury, Kuminga was having a breakout year, establishing himself as one of the most athletically dominant young wings in the NBA. His return could be the missing piece that elevates the Warriors to true title contention. Kuminga is one of the most explosive athletes on the roster, capable of attacking the rim, finishing through contact, and defending multiple positions. His length and quickness make him an ideal defender against elite wings like LeBron James, Jason Tatum, and Kawhi Leonard. Before his injury, Kuminga was emerging as the team's best on-ball defender. With Butler and Kuminga together, the Warriors can throw two elite wing defenders at opponents, something they have lacked in previous seasons. Kuminga has improved significantly in shot selection and decision-making, making him more effective in Kerr's system. He adds a slashing presence, which forces defenses to collapse and opens up shooters like Curry and Thompson. One of the biggest challenges for Curry this season has been carrying the offensive load. While Butler has helped alleviate that, Kuminga provides another scoring option that further balances the attack. Before his injury, Kuminga was averaging career highs in points and efficiency, proving that he can be a reliable third option. His ability to cut, run in transition, and attack closeouts adds a new dynamic to the offense. If Kuminga can maintain his pre-injury form, he takes even more pressure off Curry, allowing the Warriors' offense to be less predictable and more multidimensional. Steve Kerr has already hinted that Kuminga will be eased back into the rotation, which makes sense given the team's recent success. However, once he is fully healthy, the coaching staff will need to decide how to balance his minutes with other key players. If reintegrated correctly, Kuminga could be the ultimate game changer, providing athleticism, defense, and scoring in key moments. If not utilized properly, it could disrupt the team's chemistry. Managing his return will be one of Kerr's biggest coaching challenges. The combination of Curry, Butler, Kuminga, and Draymond Green gives the Warriors one of the most balanced and dangerous lineups in the league. Elite scoring from Curry and Butler, physical defense from Butler, Kuminga, and Draymond, high IQ ball movement and championship experience. If Kuminga returns at 100% and continues his upward trajectory, he could be the X factor that pushes Golden State over the top in the playoff race. If the Golden State Warriors are serious about solidifying their interior presence, Jakob Poeltl could be the perfect solution. But acquiring him won't come without cost. The Warriors have always valued developing their young players, and trading for a proven center like Poeltl could require parting with key pieces of their future, such as Moses Moody or other young assets. This raises a major dilemma. Should the Warriors sacrifice long-term potential for immediate championship contention? Poeltl is an experienced and versatile big man who excels in areas where the Warriors have struggled: rim protection, rebounding, and interior defense. He's also a high IQ passer who could thrive in Steve Kerr's motion offense, setting strong screens and facilitating plays from the post. But the real question is whether his impact is worth the price. Trading Moody. The Warriors have spent years developing Moody into a reliable two-way player. He's shown flashes of brilliance, but he's still a young player in a system that values veterans in key moments. Financial concerns. Poeltl's contract is sizable, meaning the Warriors would be committing to him long-term. This could impact future flexibility when building around Stephen Curry, Jimmy Butler, and Jonathan Kuminga. Disrupting team chemistry. The Warriors have been finding a rhythm with their current squad. Would shaking up the roster at this stage risk disrupting their momentum and synergy? While Poeltl could be a game-changer, the front office must weigh the short-term benefits against the long-term vision for the franchise. Even if the Warriors acquire Poeltl and get Kuminga back at full strength, their path to a championship won't be easy. The Western Conference has never been more stacked, and the battle for playoff positioning will be intense. Denver Nuggets, the defending champions, remain the team to beat. Nikola Jokic is playing at an MVP level, and with Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr., the Nuggets are a complete team that knows how to win in the postseason. Phoenix Suns. With Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and Bradley Beal, the Suns boast one of the most lethal scoring trios in NBA history. If they get hot, they could be nearly impossible to stop. Los Angeles Lakers. As long as LeBron James and Anthony Davis are healthy, the Lakers are always a threat. Their size and physicality could pose problems for the Warriors, especially in a long playoff series. Oklahoma City Thunder. The young and hungry Thunder, led by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Chet Holmgren, have quickly emerged as a serious contender. Their speed, versatility, and defensive intensity make them a dangerous matchup. With so many elite teams in the mix, the Warriors can't afford to make any missteps. Every game matters, and finding the right balance between star power, depth, and chemistry will be critical. Even with all the right pieces in place, coaching and strategy will be the deciding factors in the Warriors' championship pursuit. Steve Kerr has guided the team to 4 NBA titles, but this season presents unique challenges. Managing rotations. With a roster featuring Curry, Butler, Kuminga, and possibly Poeltl, Kerr must carefully balance playing time, egos, and matchups to ensure peak performance. Maximizing the defense. The Warriors' small ball system has been their signature for years, but against bigger, more physical teams, they must adjust. If they add Poeltl, how will Kerr tweak the defensive schemes to keep the Warriors versatile while improving their rim protection? Crunch time lineups. The Warriors need to determine their go-to lineup for crucial moments in playoff games. Who will close games alongside Curry and Butler? Will it be Kuminga, Draymond Green, Poeltl? Kerr must decide which combination gives them the best chance to win under pressure. Kerr's ability to adapt and make the right adjustments in the postseason could be the X factor in whether the Warriors lift their 8th championship banner or fall short. The pieces are falling into place for the Warriors to make a deep playoff run. With Curry leading the offense, Butler bringing toughness, Kuminga adding explosiveness, and a potential addition of Poeltl providing interior strength, this team has the tools to dominate, but the road won't be easy. Can the Warriors compete with the best of the West? Will Steve Kerr find the right rotations in the playoffs? And most importantly, should the Warriors go all in for Poeltl, or is keeping Moody the smarter move? These questions will define the Warriors' season. Now, we want to hear from you. Would you trade for Jakob Poeltl? Do you think the Warriors have what it takes to win the title this year? Leave your thoughts in the comments, like the video, and subscribe for more Warriors updates. Let's go on this journey to the playoffs together. See you in the next video.